Today I'm going to talk you through this timeline we've come up with for the R&R project. We'll go through our 6 major tasks, as well as our timeline from February to mid-June. We'll talk about the progress we've made so far, what the stages are. So if we start here at task 1, our task is those meetings we're having with Jim King and each area stream leader. We project that took about 10 hours. It's part of stage 1, the kind of, data gathering, information gathering. We want to give them those meeting notes as a deliverable. I'll be responsible for those. We wanted to start on the 15th of February. It did get completed, and it did actually start on the 15th, but it took 12 hours instead of our projected 10. But it's really nice that we can see that here. If we go to the second one, we're doing these meetings with the leadership teams. It's also part of stage 1. It kind of breaks us out a little bit from the overall into more specific information. We'll give them a thematic analysis for that. I'll be responsible for that. It'll have a start date of the 20th, and it did actually start on the 20th, and it got completed, which is nice. And if you notice over here, there's tasks completed. We've completed 4 out of 6. So when I talk through these 4, this is stage 1 in green and stage 2 in yellow. It should hopefully be pretty helpful to us. So here, I think the utility in this chart itself is just being able to show us. So like right now we can see we're on stage 2, and it gives you all the information you need. When something's completed, it helps you compare. When it's not completed, it tells you what else you have left to do, who's responsible for it. It kind of helps us organize our thoughts and our actions so that we can keep track of them in a more easy way than a spreadsheet. And so, that's the same as here. We have this one completed as well. If you notice, there's some contingent. It shows us the actual start date and duration because it's completed. This is not a completed task, so we don't have those actual numbers yet. But we can talk through. Okay, so we notice the length of this line here is quite a bit longer. It goes from April 2nd to mid-June. It's because we expect it to take quite a bit longer. And so the deliverable that we're going to be giving them is the final report. So obviously that's going to take a lot more time. The responsible parties will really be the team leads and me. I need to change that in there. And we wanted to start it by April 1st. And then for the last stage, it's also not completed, but we can kind of plan ahead by knowing what evaluation we're going to have, how long we expect it to take, who's responsible for what, so they can plan their time accordingly. And so this has been a really helpful chart, and hopefully helps you kind of plan